Hello champions, happy Saturday. I am checking in to see how everyone is faring, how you're doing where you are, whether it's morning or night. I hope all is well. I am on my route to an appointment, but I just wanted to check in because I know I talk about leadership and people always expect us to be with our best composure, but I have to tell you, sometimes it's hard. Like lately, that charger is speeding. Ooh. But lately, I have to tell you, so I am in transition. So I'm renting a place, and next year I'll be back in the house because I don't like renting. But it was so last minute, we had to find something, and so we did. Thank God for that, you know what I mean? But I have to tell you, in this complex, everybody is moving. It's hot. Everybody is moving to Nevada, it feels like. And I have found that nobody wants to live in the hood. Even if they are, they don't want to live in the hood, which is fair. You can live wherever you want. My concern is when you bring that mentality to good places that are quiet, that have really good people who are in and out, quiet, respectful. And you've got that handful of sprinkle me. I have found that at least 3 times a week, no exaggeration, 3 times a week, I pay for my carport. This is ridiculous. I've never heard of paying for a covered carport. They used to be assigned when you rented a property, and it was given to you. So it was assigned. I had to pay. So I needed 2 spots. So I paid for the 2 spots. And let me tell you, every day, someone is in my spot. If I move my car to go to the store, someone is in my spot. If I go to a meeting and come back, someone is in my spot. And this last time, I was so respectful. Like, I stayed outside. I waited and waited and waited. I was angry. Trust and believe, I was angry. Ooh, I could spit nails. But angry, being upset gets you nowhere. So I waited, and I asked the lady, like, hey, did you think this was your spot? Blah, 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 blah. She said no. So I said, hey, if you guys don't mind, please, if you could not park in my spot, that would be greatly appreciated. And this other girl comes out, and she with attitude, like, I'm so nice, you're in my spot, I'm not in your spot, and I paid for this spot. So now you're in my spot, and then you're gonna get nasty with it. Well, the sign says, and I was told by whoever lives here, that I have 24 hours before they tow my car. The audacity. Oh, let me tell you, I was upset. Did I say I was upset? Oh, I was furious. So I'm like, really? That's fine. So I went inside, and I had to count to 100. I couldn't count to 10 because 10 was too fast. So I had to count to 100 a couple of times. And I was just like, seriously, if I said kindly, could you not park in my spot? And I even said, I went to the extent, I don't care who else's spot you park in, please just don't park in mine. Because when I'm thinking when I come home, I would like to have a place to park. There's no parking over here. However, there was parking spaces available. They just chose my spot. So fast forward the next couple of weeks, they're same household, different car in my spot. One day, the person parked in my spot until 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. Oh. And you call the complex and they're like, oh, well, they have 24 hours. Look, you can't be a peacemaker, because if you look at the codes, Nevada State NRS codes, yes, 24 hours. But when someone's paying for it, the statutory requirements don't read the same. Because when you put these signs up, they were just assigned parking. Now they're paid parking. That's my spot. So, you know, after fussing with the office and letting them know, listen, you need to give me my spot for free then, because if you're not going to do anything about it, and then you want me to go knock on the door to see if it's that person, you're asking for trouble. Why would you do that? How professional are you? Do you know who they are? Yes, I see them all the time. Well, can you go tell me which apartment? So you want me to follow them to their apartment? Seriously? I just told you, you are bringing, and I'm not saying these people are hood or ghetto, because I don't like calling people ghetto, because ghetto is not a person, it's an area from what I understand. But I don't like that. That's just like calling me something other than Denise, you know what I mean, or Miss Please. So, and I know I started this sentence off saying that people don't want to live in the hood, so they're coming to this side because you could lay low on this side of the suburbs, the suburban area of this community. And so, you know, everybody wants to live in a nice spot, but they don't want to take care of the nice spot. And so I went and told the lady, like, hey, what's really going on? Can you I need my month free, because it's every week. You're not doing anything because you said it's a different car, or swap me with someone else that if they want that spot, where's their spot? If it's closer to where I stay, let's swap me with somebody. But no, they shifted under the rug. Fast forward some more, we get a new apartment manager. This apartment manager is trying to make things right, and I appreciate her. Very young, but she's trying to make things right, and she should. You know, when you move to a new position, a higher position, sometimes you gotta kick up dust. Sometimes you have to ruffle feathers. Sometimes you have to make a statement that says, listen, not necessarily, hey, I'm the boss, but hey, you know that saying, there's a new sheriff in town and I'm making some changes. That's it. You know, let people know that you mean business. Let people understand your value. Keyword, your value. So, needless to say, I still have people parking in my spot. But they are shocked that every week, several times a week, there are cars in my spot. And it's just really sad, because you see me come out of my parking spot, so you know who I am. And now it's not like, oops, I'm sorry, we parked in your spot. It's like, nope, this is deliberate, chick. You know, almost like, ooh, those are fighting words. But they're not fighting words. They're just insulting. That, you know, someone's trying to handle this with a handful of sugar, and you are trying to throw salt and vinegar in my handful. So we'll see how it turns out. I try not to be upset or angry. I just try to deal with it. What are your thoughts? What do you think I should do? Because I'm curious to hear. You know, does anybody know the laws in their area for paid parking and covered parking? And I'm just curious what happens in your state or in your town, because I do know when you have a home, if someone is in your driveway and they are blocking you, you can call and have them towed. But for some reason with rental spaces like this, the lady said that no, there's a law that you just can't tow people. You have to respectfully give them 24 hours. And then if it's a different car, you've got to give them another 24 hours. I was like, does it count if it's just the same household? Because a lot of activity, a lot of people, different cars, same spot, same doggone time. Kind of sound like the Batman commercial, huh? Anyway, so what's going on with you guys? You know, I have my second segment on Spotify. Check me out. It's called Creating a Seat at the Table. And what else do I have going on? I just completed the trailer. I'm looking for influencers to talk about how you got into leadership and the aspects of life as a leader. And I think it'll be interesting because I find from the comments, it's hot in this car, sorry. When you just talk about leadership, it can become mundane. But what is missing in the component of leadership is the realness. You know what I mean? The realness. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna be real with you. You know, it's real talk. I'm candid, I'm open, and I'm honest. That's this platform. And so as we're shifting gears, talking about my parking spot, now we're talking about the me being on Spotify and Apple Podcast. One of the things that I find is in talking to people off camera and through the DMs and through text messages and through consulting, is there is so much more to leadership than leadership. Let me tell you, if your mental isn't right, you're not good for no one. And I have seen it firsthand. I have seen people go off on customers, hang up on customers, kick customers out of their building, insult customers. You know, if you're not okay at home, you know. And it's funny because another segment, you got to tune in for this one because this is going to be interesting. Another segment is, you know, as a kid, you always hear our parents talk about their bosses, and especially the women, and they always say, man, she needs to go get laid, right? Now that I'm older, like, let me tell you, that stuff is so true. Like, if you don't have your relations part of your life in order, man, that pent-up aggression, that pent-up stress, that just pent-up non-climactic multitude of missed moments turns into a hostile beast of a person. You know, and we don't think, oh, it's okay, I haven't done it in a year, I've been celibate. You know, no, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't know. I know that is not healthy. I don't know if you need to go buy you something that's got batteries, or if you need to go on a website and start meeting people, but create some social interaction, because the reaction, woo, is a beast. Let me tell you, especially when you have people that come to work and work alongside you or work for you or work with you, you know what I mean? You come in and you're like, hey, how's it going? Let's do this. I'm ready for a great day. We are going to make connections. We are going to make waves, make headway. We are going to produce data that is phenomenal. And you got Sally Sue or or John McDonald sitting over there, and I don't know who either of those people are, by the way. That's a disclaimer. I just made those names up. But you've got them sitting over there, and they haven't had a date. They haven't had touchy-feely. Man, it's frustrating. They haven't kissed someone. And if you think I'm joking, if you have a friend, ask a friend. Ooh, the lights just hit me bad. I'm sorry. If you think I'm joking, ask a friend that hasn't had anything in a while, and then ask them how their first kiss was after that long hiatus of not having. I'm gonna tell you, when they go to kiss, it's almost like they're sucking down someone's face. And when they go to have relations, it's almost like they're in bed with a jackrabbit. So all this plays into effect, and believe it or not, that is like the biggest component. We are humans, you know. So anyway, tune into that segment because it's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to hear what my viewers have to say. But for now, I've got to go. I got to run into the store real fast and pick up some things. I will talk to you soon, my champions. Thank you for riding with me. Again, I'll see you soon. Cheers.